Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Red Flag series. And today I'm your host, you know me now, Mariam. But then I have a guest here. I would allow her to introduce herself because she knows herself better than I know her. Yeah. So tell us who you are.
Hi everyone, my name is Suhayr Musa. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a civil engineer too, and I love horses. I love horses.
She's a serial entrepreneur. When she says she's not just she has a bakery, she has a clothing brand, and then she has a 9 to 5. I'm wearing this is one of her designs. So we're going to link her in the video and you guys can check out her pages. So hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Dama, I always start with this introduction. Kinsan, we've always had that red flag series that Nikki on Instagram. So I decided to bring it on YouTube.
Okay.
And today, I just want to hear some of the things that you feel. After all, she's a wife. I don't know if she mentioned that she's a wife, but I know that she said she's a mom. So tell us some of the red flags that you tell a younger generation to look out for in a spouse. In somebody they intend to marry, not in a spouse. In somebody they intend to marry.
I think for me, I think the first thing I looked at was family background.
Why?
How he treats his family. That's very important to me. How he treats his mom, how he treats his sisters, whatever. That is.
But how did you know that in the very beginning?
No, from conversations. From conversations like, oh, I went to my mom, or I did this for my mom, or I think those values for me were very important at the beginning. And then how we communicate. That was very, very important for me. I think our conversation was seamless. I did not okay, not that kind of gist that
it wasn't forced at all.
It wasn't forced. So I think the conversations were seamless. And then I don't know. I just take things at a time. When I feel it's right, it's right. There's no manual to these things. So I don't know, your instincts tell you. It's not like you're walking into a relationship hoping you pop out red flags all over the place. So most times I just feel like you.
But I feel like it's because you didn't have a lot of red flags. That's why you didn't notice that there was something to look out for.
See the issue now. Do you see? You see some things after you are married, not before.
Okay, man, some people are so horrible that from the beginning you begin to notice.
Yes.
From the onset, from then you can even tell, oh, this person is pompous, or this person is prideful, or he's egoistic, or something.
Those are most obvious ones. I feel like those are the good guys because they even show you from the beginning who they are. Okay. There are guys that pretend till after and they show you shaky. Exactly. So those ones that will show you who they are from the beginning, I feel like at least you know who they are, you know what you're walking into. You see the ones after. Those things you don't see, those things they don't show you. You yourself, there are things you don't show.
For example, like I've noticed people that have anger issues, right? They never wallahi, you can cut for like 5 to 10. They will never show you that they have anger issues.
You will see
until how will you see it?
You see it
when they spend like an hour with you in a day, like maybe 3 to 4 times in a week.
I feel like from little driver, the way the
road rage.
Yeah, you see it from may get she's coming to but some things you
but in your presence. Some people can calculate and hide. Gaskiya, I feel like anger issues. People that have anger issues, they don't always say that they have anger issues. And you cannot really tell the extent of the anger issue until you marry them. And it's a huge red flag because now that kind of marriage where they choke you for neck.
No, I just feel like take it as it comes. If you get it, you see the anger issues, you can't handle it.
Run out.
It's true,
but life is not that hard. It's not that. It shouldn't be that hard. Marriage shouldn't be that hard.
Take it as it comes, as I say always. If it's something you can't handle, God will not do more than you. So please, if it's something you can't handle, you've worked on it, seen therapy, seen whatever, you feel you can't handle, This by all means, this life shouldn't be that
So
hard.
let me just do a short recap for them. In the beginning, she said the first red flag you guys should look out for is how he treats his family. His mom, his siblings, his nuclear family mostly, and then extended, like maybe servants, people that sell stuff on the streets. So be on the lookout for the relationship he has with other people.
Yes.
And then let me add this one. Shy, it wasn't her. I said people that have anger issues. She said they might leave a little cues like along the way. So you should be try to notify or notice. What's the English? Notice. Try to notice
The
like
little
small
details.
cues like this, the little details.
Yeah.
So tell us another one. You can actually tell the red flag and then balance it with a green flag as well. So tell us now, King Bam red flag, Bam green flag. What should they definitely look for?
It's in that too. You just said it now. Green flag. Look for your family. Look for the family values.
Tell me something opposite of that. Opposite of family values.
I don't know. The way he speaks to his mom, the way he speaks to his family.
But don't you think there are people that might respect their family, but then see finish na shiga oripa?
No, see finish na sugar, but at least I are not saying like 100% everybody. So you might have, but what I'm saying
everybody
is,
even has their own red flags.
to an extent you can manage. Like one had and you can't say a human being is like 100%.
Wait, let me even add this. Please, disclaimer. Because I said it's a red flag, might not be a red flag for you. Let me put, for example, me now, I can even say a smoker is a red flag to me. But to you, Kema Ila, you indulge. So it might not be a red flag to you, but to me it's a red flag. So everything I've said here is my opinion. It is her opinion. If you feel it's not a red flag, and I have not said don't marry this man because he's this and he's this. No, I'm just saying it's something that might be of concern in the future, in the course of your marriage. So just be noted about it. I'm not saying this, dump this man. He might have 300 million good attributes, but there's just that one thing. I think that you can overlook.
That's why I say what you can.
So maybe it's not a red flag, it's slightly pinkish.
Yeah. But then, family, is important.
That one is a huge red flag.
That one is important too. Because if he doesn't give a damn.
Akwai dan Nigeria like Bahaushe dan Arewa da bai damu da maman shi ba.
It's not our culture. But he's nonchalant about. Yeah, you shouldn't do. That's what I'm saying. The way he talks to her, the way is she able to talk to him and he will listen. Those are different things. It's not from like harsh point of view. Zata yi mai magana ya ji in ta zaunar da shi yau, will he listen to her? In kika kai matsalanki, will she listen to you? That's what I'm saying. Okay. From that aspect, it's not even about ke baki ce ba ni ban ce ba. No, what is their relationship like? That's what I'm saying. What is his relationship with his nuclear family? How do they relate? In abiyata so yo. You get? I get. So that's basically what I'm saying.
Let me say something very controversial now. Are you advocating for divorce?
I'm not. Definitely not. Definitely not. But there's a reason why Islam left it open. And anything, I feel like everything God does is for a reason. I'm not. But there are situations where...
What level does he have to get before you are like, Kai, I can't do this anymore? In our culture, man,
I don't...
It's not easy like that. You can be dying and they'll tell you, stay there.
It's not... I don't know, honestly. Because I feel like people in those situations, it's not something you can... It's like saying... somebody's mom passed away. You can understand the pain when your mom is there. You can't. No matter how you want to, you can only sympathize or so. But I can't say, honestly, at what point, I don't know. At what point do you feel like,
honestly, to each his own, Kena, is an individual thing.
I don't think there are some people that have been beaten and
stabbed, poisoned,
and they feel like they can still handle it. There are some people that common, they can't handle it. So I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't really say, but definitely not for divorce. Definitely. If it can work out.
Work it out.
In a civil manner.
Okay.
Work it out.
I think we married almost at the same age. Konya, I married at 25. Kepa.
Okay. To Shikara and Amana.
I know this girl from primary school. Don't believe what she's saying.
I'm 18. What do you mean?
Okay, now 18-year-old. So when you married, you were like 13. Abi?
No, it won't be 13. It will be like 16. You do the math.
But let's say that she married well into her 20s.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think, like, if you were younger, your decision
No.
Oh yeah, tell them what you're thinking.
No.
Tell them what you're thinking.
I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't have made rational decisions younger. I don't
So
know.
you feel like it's better you marry in your 20s than earlier?
Maturity for everybody is different.
You think somebody can marry at 16 and they are mature enough to pick?
There are people that have handled situations better than those that have married late 20s. There are people that have married 18 and they are still doing good. Maturity, I feel, is different for everybody. Some people mature at 18 and can take rational decisions at 16, 18, 20. Others, maybe 28, 30. So I feel like maturity is just
40.
Exactly. There are people that have married 28 and they've misbehaved.
That's true.
And they've gone out. There are people that have married 18, made better choices, made decisions that they're still there.
I know a couple of women actually that married at 18 and they are doing fine. I
They're
feel like
doing okay.
Mazajan Suma actually they condoned their internal. Kinga, they allowed them to be kids when they were kids.
Yeah.
And then now Kawa is seamless. Like,
so that's what I'm still saying for both the men and women. There are people that can take stuff. There are people that can't. So depending on, to each its own. That's how I feel. So maturity for me is
a factor.
It's a factor. It's a factor. Because there are things that maybe when I was 18, 16, I would have flipped out on. But maybe for me, anyway, I feel like when I was grown, I was like, okay, I can ignore this. I can overlook this. I wouldn't have then, obviously, but now. There are some people that at 16, they are like, this is what I want. I can be calm. I can be collected. Even when you're having conversations with them,
they will be
intellectually,
like,
intellectually, they are sound. They give you, I don't know. I do take advice from, depending on, it's not by age. I feel like there are 20-year-olds that will teach you one or two things, even about marriage.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
there was a time I was writing exams in somewhere, not in Abuja, and I stayed in this lady's house. She's way younger than me. And so many things that she was doing.
Exactly.
Wallah, it was a learning curve for me because, in fact, my marriage is way longer than her own.
Yes.
Amma did the hack and then she was doing things and I'm like, okay, let me add this to my life.
Exactly.
You have
and
to
she's
be
way younger. You have to be matured enough to be able to receive those things. There are people that will be like, no, I already know. No need to teach me anything. In life, I feel like you have to be open-minded.
You have to learn and relearn.
Learn, relearn, open your mind. Unlearn, whatever you have to unlearn.
Unlearn, learn and relearn.
So, it doesn't, for me, as I've said, it's not by age. It's just by what you can.
What is it that you value so much?
I think friendship.
You value friendships?
Are you talking about like in a spouse? Or?
Yeah, tell us. In a spouse, what do you value so much?
I think the base of friendship. I think it's very important.
I feel like that's even what makes the marriage last, kind of. Because people that actually are not friends with their spouses, then what are you doing? What are you doing if you're not a friend to your spouse? I don't know, you're doing slave and master, Kingane?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't marriage
No,
be like
but-
companionship?
but you see, I don't know if it's the way I see things in life. I just feel like there isn't one way. People people navigate life very
People
differently.
bought happily or just because I'm
No,
living
no.
life?
Happiness is subjective.
Nipa, you cannot tell me that somebody that her husband just comes in, opens newspaper, starts reading newspaper, is loving that kind of arrangement.
But are you sure she's not the type to like lock up herself? I read somewhere, I think on Instagram the other day, when she said her husband's love language is touch,
Physical touch.
and she hates being touched. So that's what I'm saying.
So how do they love themselves?
That's
I
what I'm
don't,
saying.
because somebody is definitely unfulfilled in this situation.
And maybe something else fulfills her to balance that. Marriage is that you don't enjoy this, find something else to balance it.
That's true.
Yeah, you balance. Is it everything you want to have?
No.
But you wait. This, okay, I can carry on with this, I can carry on with that in substitute for that.
Okay.
That's
So
just,
the thing you value most, Yanzu, in your life, in your marriage life, what's the English? In your married life, Abi, is friendship and the here, the she, the
I
meeting.
think there has to be friendship.
Yeah, it's
on
very
the
important.
base. On the base. I think even when things get bad,
That
there's
friendship kind of
a
balances.
little tolerance. I won't even say love, I'll say tolerance. Even when you can handle, well, you people have to be kind to each other. That's all I know, Sha. Even when you are fighting.
Kinsa,
Be
my other
kind.
guests
That-
also said kindness.
You have to be kind, Nikawe. Because there are times when by love,
It's just service and servitude
it's not service.
and
It's
dedication towards the
like,
marriage and to the
it's
person.
like, I know this is bad, but I'm still willing. I'm still willing to
Make it work.
make it work.
See it
Go
through.
through this. But it's not even. Sometimes you're at your worst, and the demon in you will come out. But
Wait, at what point do you think Aura Nyatashi Daga, it's love, is now, I don't want to say Hauri because Hauri sounds,
But then-
Kingane,
but then, what's your definition for love?
that love that you feel
That
butterfly,
And that one
Kingane,
is,
that kind of love,
That one is
when the person is
ping,
traveling,
ping,
you're
ping,
crying,
ping,
you know, that kind of,
ping, ping,
that
ping,
kind of
ping.
love.
Is it always you feel butterflies? Madam is okay. It's not always.
So when do you actually start the reality of the union? At
I don't
what
know.
time?
Is
Everybody's
there
own
a
is
time?
different.
Is there a timeline? There are people
really.
that after 2 months is gone. There are people that for
Wallahi.
10 years is still there. So, come on.
Exciting.
There are people that rekindle.
Yeah.
It's gone for 5 years and it comes back after
I
the
actually
5
feel
years.
like that's even more realistic. Like, it's
Exactly.
always like this.
It's a
It's
flow.
like this, yes.
So there are times you feel, oh, I love this person. There are times you feel like, don't even talk to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
So maybe some after a big fight, after a life happening event, they rekindle. So it happened. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so that leads me to the final question. What do you know now that you wish you knew before you met and married your spouse?
Honestly, I don't know. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because most of the things that happened, some things you have no control over. I feel like if you give in your best, whatever you're doing, give in your best so that once it comes back, you have no regrets. For me, I don't know if maybe I would have done 1 or 2 things differently, but if
Tell
it
me
didn't
the
happen,
1 or 2 things that you would have done differently.
that's the problem. Which one is it?
But for you to say 1 or 2 things, they must have crossed your mind.
No. 1 or 2 things because it's marriage now.
Yeah, of
You
course.
can't tell me it's all rosy. Definitely not.
Yeah. Not
There's
in the
so many
marriage,
things.
before the marriage, Kingani.
That's what I'm saying. What will I change now? What was the question?
What do you wish you had known, Kingani, or rather even had believed or had taken advice about Kafinki Auri?
I don't know, maybe, what do you call it? What do you call it? One that came before Auri.
What?
Counseling.
Courtship? Counseling? Okay.
Counseling. I feel like
You wish you had done
I
counseling.
wish I had done counseling.
What
And
kind
I
of counseling?
and I wish like it was a thing, like in stages.
Nagani.
Kingani?
So when you meet, you do counseling. When it gets serious, you do
The
counseling.
counseling.
Gabda aure, you do counseling.
No,
Amarchi, you do counseling.
no. Let's say before. Marriage is not before. No, it's not all about before. It's mostly the after. So let's say you do counseling before.
Wait, this generation, marriage is not before, it's after, because it's a trend now, actually. A lot of marriages are for the now. Kingani, it's a modern trend.
So let's say you do counseling before. I mean, through the marriage, like through the journey, at each point when things get bad. Because sometimes
Professional counseling.
Professional.
Water air anti haka.
No.
I actually think this is a very, very good point.
No.
I believe in this counseling.
No anti, because why?
Meet somebody random and neutral.
Random and neutral. Because it's easy for your auntie to take sides. Because we are emotionally attached. Not everybody is able to see beyond that. But let's say like a random professional person that will tell you, oh girl, you are messing up.
You dey fuck up.
You dey F up. So I think at stages you should do that. I think so.
You believe so? Ne one am out think, and I actually believe.
I don't know the outcome. That's what I'm saying. But I think
no, it's important because Allah in a marriage, some things in Pinka is not just about Kingani, and then a lot of people actually sweep things under the rug and just feel, let me just toughen it up.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to actually live with that burden. You can talk about it and walk through it and past it.
Yeah, and most people, especially for us, we just bottle up.
Who is us here?
Us, like...
Us women, us Hausa women, us Muslim women, us who?
Us Northerners.
I'm
talking about the men too, because they bottle up things
a lot.
We women within ourselves, you can even express, but I don't think it's
there's that safe haven for like mother.
I don't think there's a safe space for them. Everybody just expects that they'll figure it out. They should figure it out. But I feel like as a human being, Kuma, you can't figure out everything all by yourself. It's too much. It's a lot to carry on.
That's true.
So if you can find a safe space to embody, I think it will be great for you as a man and as a woman.
Guys, this episode is not even about the red flags anymore. It has become a life lesson. Gems and tips and tricks and hints and so many things that I think you need to just know of and be aware of in your journey, even before and after the marriage.
Take it one step at a time. No bombard yourself.
No, they do pass yourself.
You can't do pass yourself. You pay me now if you do pass yourself. That's the reality.
Okay, so thank you guys and see you on the next episode. Bye.